What's good? Welcome back to another edition of Talk That Talk podcast. I go by the name of Bacon. I got my co-host with me.
It's your boy. Man, I'm here.
Yeah.
You already know what it is. Man, I'm excited about today.
Yeah.
I don't even get excited about a lot, but today.
Today's a good day.
Hey,
First and foremost, we woke up today.
That's it.
Hey, that is it.
That's the first, right?
Yes, sir.
And then we got our brother up in here, man. We got our brother up in here, man. We got our brother up in here, Mr. Isaiah Green.
All right.
In the building.
Top of the
top. Man, we're going to do something different this week, y'all. I know y'all used to us doing the show. We're going to still incorporate some of that. But this segment is called Talk That Talk Up Close, where we tap into the streets.
Yes, sir.
Connect with our people and get to know some of the great things they're doing in their communities, man.
Yes.
That part.
Yeah, and then we talk about some sports too.
Yeah, of course. We got to tap into that.
Gotta tap into that, man.
That's easy.
Yeah.
That's easy.
So Zay, man, tell the folks a little bit about, you.
What's the deal?
Where you from?
What's the deal?
All that good stuff.
Why y'all? I'm nervous.
Why are you nervous?
I don't get nervous. I don't know why y'all. I'm like, damn. What?
Why are you nervous?
I don't know, man.
nervous?
Let me hit this coffee
What
real
you-
quick. Hold on.
That's
Let
because
me tell all my 2 followers real quick. I'll be back. I'll be back.
You
I'll be
gotta-
back.
you
I'll
got
be
to
back.
turn off the live. He
Yeah,
was
hold
that
on,
nervous.
man.
I was asleep.
Hold on. Let me hit that real quick.
I feel like that's because he part light skinned.
Is that what it is?
He part light skinned.
We make the world go round.
Not
Come on, man.
You
know we make the world go round.
So you know how this is. So Zay, man, look, man, growing up in SoCal,
Yeah.
right? You feel me? That experience, and how did you end up at Long Beach Poly?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
First of all, man, I want to say thank y'all brothers for tapping in with me.
Facts.
sir.
Asking me to come on y'all show.
Of
Yes,
course,
sir.
man.
Talk that talk with y'all.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that's
what Yeah.
I'm here for it, man. I'm here for it. So, shoot, I'm one of the greatest, man.
Facts.
I'm one of the greatest. So,
He is.
if y'all don't know, if nobody knows, when you talk about Long Beach Poly High,
Yeah.
just go Google it.
You know that's dope.
You ain't even gotta go home. You know what I mean? Just pull out your smartphone. You know what I mean? Ask Siri, do whatever you gotta do. You know what I mean? But to keep it all the way 100,
Facts.
Long Beach Poly was ranked the greatest high school, the best high school in the nation in 2005. I graduated in 2007. We still the best. Don't get it twisted. He's a young kid like 2005. You old. Hold on.
Yeah.
They gotta relax with that.
Yeah, you gotta-
Let
hey.
them relax.
Man, it's part of the world, though. We
But-
get it to them.
But growing up, bro, like, I'm from Los Angeles originally.
Facts.
And so, we was the best wherever we went. And so we wanted to be able to compete with the best.
Right.
You know what I mean? We wanted to be able to say, what we do is the best. So wherever the best is, that's what we're gonna be. You know what I mean? And we did that. We moved out to Long Beach my sophomore year. Honestly, man, they went out there and just tore it up, man. Won a couple championships on the track, off the track, on the football field. You know what I mean? Traveled around the
Dual
globe.
champion, right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Listen, man. At that time, because I was at Artesia. At that time,
What's that?
Artesia.
Where that's at, man? Where's that at? If y'all don't know, Google ain't got that information.
Here you go. Oh, this is what we do. Are you talking about the back? Oh, so you?
My bad, man.
You
Go
talking
ahead.
about back-to-back state basketball?
Oh, okay.
My fault.
Talk your
My
talk.
fault.
All right.
Okay, talk that talk. My
You
fault,
talking about a
man.
number 3 draft pick in James Harden?
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
my fault. My
Okay.
fault.
Okay,
Go
just
ahead.
wanted to make sure.
Go ahead, man. My bad. My
So
bad.
so we out here running basketball during that era.
Yeah.
While Polly was out there doing a football thing during that era. So
Yeah.
it was a little, interesting. Because anytime I seen him on the hoop court, it was
buckets. It was easy.
yeah, that's what we did. No
Okay.
matter what level I was at, freshman, JV, VAR,
Lightweight.
never worried about a Poly in basketball.
Ooh.
Dang.
Just wanted to put that out there.
That's
Football,
it.
that's a whole nother.
Woke up and
Yeah,
chose
world.
violence
Yeah,
this
he's
morning.
talking some
God.
straight.
Hey, because
That's
you're the
a
one that
vibe
said
right
we
there.
couldn't be
Gosh.
Google. You started that. I was gonna come in like, yeah, man, it was good. And he was, you can't even Google them. That's serious.
My fault, man.
Sleep,
My
man.
fault, man.
Damn.
Go ahead.
So
Go ahead.
playing football, man. How was that experience playing football at Poly and then getting the opportunity to play in college?
Yeah, no, great question. Playing football at Poly. So previously, man, I want to go back to the sandbox, man.
Okay.
Growing up, Los Angeles, California,
Facts.
man. Playing for the Little League, Crenshaw, Pop Warner, man.
Okay.
That's where it all started.
Crenshaw, Pop Warner.
That's where it all started.
What was y'all? Because I know Crenshaw had a couple of teams, right? Or did they? Or was like
so before me? A lot of the cast was in Baldwin, and so when I came around. I think I started playing football maybe in like 2000, like tackle football in like 2000. So I say that to say like my first year. Crenshaw, Pop Warner had just jumped on the scene, so we was one of the few to jump on and kind of get that train rolling. But yeah, man, that's where it started, from the sandbox, and it was one of those experiences in your time, in your lifespan, to where it's like that develops you.
Yeah,
it does.
You know what I mean?
Agree.
Y'all know how it goes.
Yeah.
When you 12, 11, 12, 13 years old, and you start developing your friends, your relationships, those cats you can call up to this day, like, what's up, bro? You know what I mean? I ain't seen you in 2-3 years.
Facts.
You good? I'm about to pull up on you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So growing up, man, that's where it all started, man. Just that grit, that hunger, that Hollywood swag. You know what I mean? That's where it began. That winning nature, man. That family oriented, just mindset. And so it just kind of developed from there. And once we went over to Poly, again, they already had their culture. It was already established, man. Facts. They came out and got us. Like, they came out and recruited us.
Right.
I mean,
that's real. A lot of high school. That's what a lot of high schools do that, though.
Real talk.
No, that's real.
These are facts.
These are facts.
These are facts. For
These
sure.
are facts. A lot of people don't know. I'm not talking bad about Poly, but one of the biggest things is they see talent. They like, hey,
they go get it.
I need, come on.
Especially at them All-Star games. That's usually, like, for us, when I played like Garden Grove, Inglewood, when I was growing up, when we had those All-Star games, those was a lot of high schools up there.
Right.
They was scouting down there and like, hey, man, I was supposed to originally, crazy part about it is I was supposed to go to Birmingham High.
Okay.
Ooh.
Dead serious. And then I was going to have to get bussed out there, 6 a.m.
Yep.
And it took a long time for them to get my paperwork in. And so once I got in, I was already so caught up in high school, right? I was going to school with my cousins and them at the prep, Washington Prep. We was at the prep, and our school wasn't known for sports like that. We was known for like
the prep.
The prep.
Yeah,
all right,
we was
at the prep.
Washington Prep. You know what I'm saying? The generals, you know what I'm saying? You already know what's up.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And so
wifey went there too.
Yeah, man. That's how for me, I was so caught up in the limelight because I was a shelter kid, man, and then when I went to the prep, bro, it was a little bit loose. It was a bit little loose, man. I saw a lot of good looking women there.
He was on his Nelly.
I was on my, you know what I'm saying? It was a whole lot of, it's hot in here, you know what I'm saying? Air Force One eras, you feel me?
Easy.
And so when I went there, Birmingham coach called me and said, hey, man, we want your son. And I was like, man, Dad, I think I'm gonna stay here, man. And I ain't gonna say it was a bad decision. Every decision it happens for a reason. But if I would have stayed, if I would have went to Birmingham, then I would have won a chip because they won the chip that next year.
Yeah,
literally won the chip, and I would have had a state champ.
I mean, Birmingham had one of the dopest running backs. Milton Knox.
Yeah.
Hey.
Funny thing, growing up, when I talk about playing for Crenshaw, Pop Warner, we played against Milton. We played against Milton, Pacoima. He was playing with the Pacoima Wildcats. We was babies, man. And Milton was that guy. You know what I mean?
I had a chance to play against him my junior year. I think my junior year, because we used to in the summer we used to go to Occidental Camp at Artesia.
Right.
And Birmingham was out there, a few other schools out there, so I got to see him up close and personal, and he was a Monstar.
Milt was that guy.
And see, the crazy thing, my first year ever playing Pop Warner was for Poly.
Really?
Yeah, it was for Poly. They had 2 teams at the time. They had I can't remember if it was Poly East or West or whatever the case is, but we was on the other side. So I would say we was like Poly West. Yeah. And that was my first year playing, was for Poly. And then overall, it was a chance I was gonna go to Poly. But I was just like, Mom's is like, that's a mission from where we stayed.
Right.
And she, with the traveling, how things was during that time.
Right.
It was going to be rough. It was going to be rough.
We stayed in the city. We stayed on 6th and Slauson, man.
Oh.
When everybody sort of identifies where they went to high school, right? So everybody sees I went to Long Beach. Probably like, oh, you from Long Beach? I'm like, no, I went to school there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But home for me, that's the streets of Los Angeles.
Yes.
And so, like we got bust out to Palisades my first year.
Okay.
So my ninth grade year.
See? Palisades.
Yeah. My ninth grade year, I went to Palisades.
Okay. Ooh. Oh, you was real sedity.
Yeah, we was up there. We was up there.
He was in his sedity.
He still got the Palisades. If you see, he got the shades on early in the morning.
It's 102 degrees. It ain't even 11 o'clock. You know what I mean? Facts. So we got bust up there in this charter school.
Yeah.
It's funny because we would get on the bus, Crenshaw and Hyde Park, 6 in the morning.
Yep.
Early.
You know what I mean? It's like, hey, all these cats from 60s out here early. What y'all doing up out here?
Bad,
you know what I mean?
The
donut shop, everything.
Real talk.
You got to get it in early.
There was a few times. I kid you not. There was a few times at that bus stop. Some of the cats that we knew. We get down at the bus stop.
Just at 6?
6 in the morning.
No, talk.
There was one cat, I'm telling you, 6 oh, my boy had a Clippers hat on or some hat, I don't know, you know what I mean, but it was red.
Yeah.
6 something in the morning.
No, real talk.
Cat from 6-0 come over, walk up to him like, hey bro, where you from? 6 in the morning.
No, real talk.
You ain't even.
They still wiping their eyes.
Yeah, you still trying to figure out life
sleep.
at 6 in the morning.
Real talk.
You was up at 5. You got to think about what time you was up.
It's a setup. I'm in the 9th grade, getting up at 5.
Bruh.
What is this?
Yeah.
Work ethic.
What is this? Is that what y'all call it?
You started early.
Yeah, I call it a setup. But listen, they getting down on Crenshaw High Park 6 in the morning. I'm talking about my boys in 10th, 11th grade. You know what I mean? It don't matter. He like, man, I don't bang, whoop, whoop, but ain't gonna turn down no fade, whatever the case may be. But it's like, those are some of the circumstances and challenges we had to grow up, up with. You know what I mean? Grow up with.
Real facts.
You know what I mean? And so, yeah, we used to get bust out to Palisades, man. Get up 5. Get on the bus at 6, get bust out there, go to school all day. By the time I got to school, I'm like, man, I'm tired, man. I'm gonna lay my head.
No, real talk. real talk, bro. That grind ain't no joke, bro. It's different.
Then you go practice.
Yeah.
Then you go practice.
And then you still got to make it home.
And then you got to come home.
You getting home like 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
Yeah.
And you got to go, and you going back to sleep to start the process over.
I'm eating and showering and go to bed. What homework?
Yeah. It's pretty much a job at the end of the day. It's a dead ass job.
So I say all that to say, man, I know the struggle of, being on the, having to get bust out. And we went there for different reasons, man. Best time of my life. I kid you not. One of the best times of my life. But then, we wanted to go. My brother wanted to go Crenshaw High. I got an older brother, El Loco. My brother wanted to go to Crenshaw High. I wanted to go to Poly. My mom's ended up actually selling the house that we lived in on 6th Ave.
Okay.
Selling the house. Bought a spot out in Long Beach, and we ended up moving out to Long Beach.
Okay.
So what part of Long Beach was y'all in now?
So we was on the east. We was on Pine and Hill.
Oh,
so we was on the east side. Yeah, we was on the east side.
Yeah.
We used to walk right there. Make our little way with school. You know what I mean, to and from.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So there was a lot of sacrifices to be made in order to, embark on that journey, and it paid off. You know what I mean?
It did, man. It got you to state.
Yeah.
How was that recruiting process, and how'd you end up choosing Fresno State?
Yeah. Funny that you asked, man. So the recruiting process was cool, man. Shout out to Coach Hill.
Yeah.
Super, man. Just he's a real good guy. Have y'all got the chance to meet Coach Hill?
Oh no, I know Coach Hill.
You know Hill?
We had a love-hate relationship.
Really?
Yeah, man. Yeah, but he cool though. I ain't got no problem with him.
Yeah, tell me what happened.
No, because when I came to Fresno football, right? But I didn't. I had to walk on, so I walked on, made the squad.
That's what Bake do.
Yeah, you know what I mean. And so then, me being a walk on, I had a bad ankle injury, right? So they had to let me go because I couldn't perform to make the team. But the good thing was that Coach Drew at the time, he was like, "Yo, come back next year. You ain't gotta do all that. You good. So come back next year. I'm good. I'm already on. I'm on a little practice squad or whatever, and I'm doing good. And I hang out with some football players. I don't drink. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Get caught up in some nonsense where I get alcohol poison. Right. And you know when you drunk, and this is my first experience. I'm telling the truth on everything.
Oh.
You get what I'm saying?
Sabotage.
So I sabotaged myself on accident, right? So the cops, because it was bad. I had alcohol poisoning, so I'm throwing up blood. I'm outside the dorms, right?
Man.
No, it was bad because
sound bad
when you go somewhere and you no intentions of drinking. I didn't eat.
Oh,
Right? So I'm just going like, yo, Bake, come out. You know what I'm saying? Let's celebrate. We about to woo for the
Rule number
whatever.
131 of being
What were you drinking?
Do you remember B&J?
Bro, it was dark.
Some of that Parmesan.
It was actually Captain Morgan.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah, Captain and Coke, bro.
Damn.
Yeah, it was bad. It was pretty bad. And so I'm faded, I'm done. Throwing up blood, trying to get it out of my system. I ain't got nothing to get it out with. So the cops was like, the little campus cops was like, hey man, what's going on? I was like, and I just told on myself so crazy. It was like, you know how they say the Holy Spirit is in you? Bruh, my Holy Spirit was snitching on me, dog. Like straight up. I was just at a party and I wasn't even drinking. I wasn't posted. So long story short, Big Cheryl at the time.
Yep.
Big 9-7,
Yep.
bro.
Yep.
A hog on the defense, right?
Big
He got kicked off the team for marijuana charges, right? And so
He's supposed to be my mentor.
The cops told him, So the cops told him, they was like, oh yeah, and on top of that, your boy Bake was in the hospital for alcohol poisoning. So Pat Hill, I was in class at the time, was cussing me out without me being there. It was just going crazy. Tell that mother Bake, he ain't on the team no more.
Sheesh.
So I get kicked out the team, and I said, Hill, man, can I at least tell you? Like, can we talk? Because like that ain't my character. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't get down like that.
Right.
And so he said, yeah, Bake, we'll set up a time. We'll have a one-on-one. Let's see what we can do. Set up the time. He never showed up.
Damn.
And that was it. That was the end of my football.
Never showed up.
Didn't show up, man.
Yeah, my quick encounter with Coach Hill still is always funny to me that it happened this way. But so I was gonna try to walk on too.
Yeah.
Because in my head I'm like, I could walk on and play at Fresno State. Like, I'm that guy.
Easy.
That's how I felt. Not that it
Went
was
to
easy.
Artesia.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I just felt like
Google me.
I felt like true story. I felt like I was just undervalued. You know, my coaches didn't do enough, and I watched Fresno State get ran through by LSU.
Hilarious.
And I'm like, oh yeah, they need me.
Said they need
I can't be turning down no fades after the ass was. Y'all just took
Need some help. Need some help.
And somebody, I can at least come in and help coach or something. That's how I felt. So, you know, I'm going through about to do the walk-on process. So I go in the office, you know, to get the paperwork. My silly ass walking there with a USC sweater on.
Oh yeah, you
because I had went to class. It was just one of those. I went to class, had the sweater on.
No attention to detail.
None.
Day one.
None. So I'm in the office, and I, like in my head, when I'm thinking this office, I'm just thinking like athletics. Like, you know, you walk into the athletic office. I'm not thinking this. I know it's a football office, but not thinking it's a football office.
Yeah.
And I get the paperwork. I happen just to make a turn, and I watch Pat Hill walk past, and we just made eye contact. And he looked at me, I looked at him, and I just looked down at my shirt.
Yeah, it was bad.
And I was like,
that was a bad decision.
That was a horrible. Probably after
decision.
Reggie Bush went for like 500 on him. Yeah,
that was the next year.
Yeah,
it was.
Okay.
Yeah, it was one of them.
Yeah,
but I mean, you know, I ended up crazy. I ended up tearing my ACL, so that kind of ended that whole situation anyway. But I just knew that.
He's a good dude. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong.
I've met him like on accident the other time just to say hi, what's up, Coach Hill? And he's been cool, but I just remember that was my first.
Yeah. And he's still hanging around. When I say hanging around, like he's still around, you know, the stadium. He's still around the players. You know what I mean? He came down to Long Beach when I was down there, you know, 07 when I graduated, and this dude, man.
That's the best class. Just want to put this out there. 07 is still the best class of all time. I don't give a damn what y'all got to say.
Easy.
All right, just wanted to put that out there.
It's good.
05, bro. What is wrong with y'all? You just said it yourself. 05 was the best Long Beach Poly team ever. 05.
That don't mean that's the best graduating class.
That was the best graduating class.
I couldn't even really say nothing. I was like, I was slow on the trigger right there. I like, you know.
Listen, but yeah, the 05 team was great because they had some.
That year was great though. 05 was a great year.
It was a solid
absolutely.
year.
It was a great year.
Solid
absolutely.
Year. For real.
Well, again,
we won the championship that year.
Yeah.
In 05. We had D-Jack. On the team.
Yeah. Come on now. What's wrong with you?
But that team was, come on, man. That's one of them teams.
05 was it. 05 was a good year.
Overall, like I said, 07 is still the best grades.
But anyway, man, Pat Hill came to Beach. He came to Long Beach.
Yeah. He came, man. At that point, at that time, man, I was I was doing my thing on the track.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I was a speed guy, man. I ran fast, and on the football field, man, I grew up in the trenches, man. I just like hitting people. You know what I mean? I love playing sports.
Physical guy.
You know what I mean? I'm 5'10", you know what I mean? 180 pounds, soaking wet, And so my thing was like, man, I want to play corner. I came down, I did my thing, on the football field, but I was a speed guy. Pat came down, man, and he was just he was so approachable.
Yeah.
Okay. Like he was so personable. You know what I mean? The guy came down and made himself at home. I kid you not. On one of the home visits, man, he came, kicked his feet up, sat on the couch, kicked his feet up, and my mom had made something to eat. This dude goes, "Where's the hot sauce?"
Oh yeah,
yeah.
That's already it. Yeah.
I'm like, who is this guy?
Who is this guy?
In my house.
Eat my hot sauce.
What is you doing?
He wanted some hot sauce.
What is you doing?
He trying to make something home.
He made it up. He knew what he was doing.
He wanted to let you know.
He knew what he was doing, man. So I ended up coming up here to Fresno. And my brother was getting recruited by Fresno the year before. He ended up going to a school out in Arizona.
Okay.
And for track, and so I was getting recruited by Fresno State. And I ended up my biggest scholarship. Honestly, I had a track scholarship to go to LSU.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's serious. People. That's serious, people.
That's big serious.
Listen, LSU track is
that's serious.
Yeah. So I had a scholarship. That was my biggest scholarship, and I had a couple other little scholarships around here. I think I had about 4 or 5. And Fresno was one of those places where it was close to home, yet it was still far enough away, to get away.
Yeah.
And if I wanted to come back, I can hop on a 99 and just,
get
right back home.
Yep.
You know what I
real.
mean?
That's real.
And
part of my decision.
Yeah. And so, man, on my recruiting trip, on my recruiting visit, man, they duped me, man. I had such a good time. They duped me, man. I had such a good time. Like, it's like this all the time. Yeah, they got me all drunk and shit, man. Excuse my language, man. And I'm coming down. Marvin Hayes was my whatever. My little, what do they call him? I don't remember, man.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he was my guy for the, he held the money and everything. My tour, yeah. Whatever they call me. Oh, man. So I come down here, I have a good time. They show me a good time, man. I'm getting drunk and all that and hanging out. I'm like, man, this is lovely, man. The next day, I'm still hungover. Pat comes over to me at the breakfast the next day, like, you coming to Fresno? I'm drunk, like, hell yeah, I'm coming to Fresno. Yeah, I'm here. Oh, man. And I got here, man. It's dry as a desert out here, man. I'm like, damn, they got me.
They got you.
They got you.
Got you.
But I spent 4 really good years here, man. I graduated.
That's the most important part.
Thank you, brother. I had a hell of an experience, man. Pat is still a stand-up guy. Made some lifelong friendships, man. And ultimately, I got to achieve my ultimate goal. One was graduating and going playing in the league, man.
Yeah.
So it worked out, man.
Yeah,
it worked out.
That's the league.
Graduating. How did that feel? I know it's like we're going to talk about NFL for a little bit, but that graduation piece, because a lot of folks don't realize,
especially our
that,
color.
For black folks, we only look at the sport sometimes. Like, hey,
take my glasses off.
This my way. This my way out. But to not only use your way out, but to utilize it to get your degree. What was that moment like for you and your family?
I kid you not, man. I kid you not. Graduation was graduation was one of my top 3 moments of my 32 years of living, man. I kid you not, man. When I came in at 18, 17, I don't know. When I came in, it was a struggle.
Yeah.
I was on academic probation my first year. You know what I mean? 1.8 GPA. Let's just be honest. Let's just be honest, man.
Think about it, Zay. You free.
I'm free.
Moms there's no more curfew.
Right.
There's no more I gotta check in.
Yeah.
Especially, and then once you get past football season, you really free.
And I was redshirting too. So
I
wasn't too much concerned about, going out and playing and taking care of my body and all that.
Right.
I'm doing what young 18-year-olds do with, $200 in their pocket for the month. Bro. You know what I mean?
I was here at the same time.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
So you know,
I was right here with you.
That class did have a lot of baddies, though. I ain't gonna hold you.
Hey man, listen.
That 07 Fresno class had baddies.
Came in swinging.
Shout out to all our ladies out there.
Yeah,
hey, 07 came in swinging.
Bro. That 07 class was different when it came to the Feezies, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna hold you,
man. So I came in just sort of like you said, liberated, free.
Yeah,
had the opportunity just to explore a little bit and do some things that you can't do.
Was you on campus or you in the dorms?
You know what? I've never stayed in a dorm.
So you was off campus.
We stayed in the Bulldogs.
Yeah,
at that time were the Bulldogs. I think it's like, I don't know what it's called now.
It's called the Bulldogs.
It's still the Bulldogs.
Everybody else got different names.
Yeah.
Okay, it's still the Bulldogs.
That's still it.
We stayed right there in the Bulldogs.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So we had our own rooms, et cetera, et cetera. Come on, man.
Yeah.
I know.
It
went up.
I was across the street from you.
Come on,
I was
man.
in Baker third floor at the time.
Come on, man.
Yeah, I'm already knowing.
You know what I mean? So it's like we really were privileged at that point, honestly.
Facts. No, that's real. That's 1,000.
That's what we thought it meant.
Yeah, so just going through that experience, man, I had such a good time though. My first year I had such a good time. But my grades were lagging.
Facts.
And it was at one point, literally, I was on academic probation, and we were up in our football meeting one day, and everybody under 2.0 had to stand up because we were on the verge of getting kicked off the team and kicked out, and that's embarrassing.
Right.
That's a humbling experience.
Right.
It's humbling. And I remember looking up, and all my partners were standing up with me. All the cats that I'm kicking it with. It's one of my boys right here calling me. Hey man, I'm gonna call you. Hey, SD. Yeah. You remember you live right now. We live right now. We on the show. Listen, you remember we had to stand up? You remember we had to stand up? We was on academic probation and they had us standing up like, hey, y'all getting ready to get kicked out.
Yeah.
You remember that?
No, you was.
None
of your work when you first got to school.
I for sure was. I was messing with you. That's what it was.
No.
I was hanging out with you too much.
No, look, because I was more of an adult than y'all little boys.
You were. You was the big homie.
JC, I told y'all boys, you better start doing your work.
You was the big homie. Look, man, I love you, bro. I'm going to call you back, man. Yeah.
That's comedy.
Yeah, that's my big bro. So man, we stood. He stood up with me. I don't care what he say. So, man, it was just a humbling experience, like you said. And I remember at that point looking around, it's like, damn, we all from the city.
Yeah.
And we all, it was a few others up in there standing up, but most of us was
out
us.
of the area.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I remember looking around like, damn, we all got a 2.0. I mean, under a 2.0, I was like. But then I got a 1.9. Y'all niggas got like a 1.2. I'm smarter than y'all dumb niggas, man. I'm on the cusp. I'm the smartest, dumb nigga in here right now. Yeah, hold on. No, I'm messing with you, but I really thought that. But seriously, man, it became like there was a time where I just felt like, man, I had to shift.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And one of the biggest things was like, man, I got to separate myself.
Facts.
I can't keep doing what I'm doing and expecting the results that I desire to see.
Facts.
And so at that point, man, it was like, okay, do I want to go hang out and blow this tree all day and hop on a game, or do I want to go bust down on this English paper?
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Decisions.
That's
grown men decisions.
That's grown men decisions.
And I had to make them decisions. You know what I mean? I had to finally make them decisions. And so once I realized that and started making some different decisions in order to see some different results, man, I just saw myself start to grow and develop. I had Pat's support. I had the team support. I had my brother's support.
Right.
You know what I mean? And by the end of it all, my last semester, man, had a 3.0, man.
Look at him.
You know what I mean?
Look at him.
My last semester had a 3.0. I did have like a basketball class. I didn't really do nothing in, but I'm just saying.
It's all good.
Hey,
you know what I mean?
One of the best classes. Did
I'm
you take bowling?
I did not. I would have aced that easy.
Yeah, I had that class. I had bowling.
But I say all that to say, man, like the journey was beautiful and decisions had to be made in order to see the outcomes that, we desired to see. And they were hard decisions.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Especially at that age.
And so, to your original question of how did it feel, man, I just remember walking across that stage and hearing my name called and man, when I say I was just so elated and just filled with this different energy that I just couldn't contain. You know what I mean? I think I started like crumb dancing and shit. I'm like, what the?
Oh, you went back?
I don't know. I didn't.
Somebody got the listen.
Google that.
Somebody got the footage.
Get the footage.
I really didn't do that. That's how I felt.
That's how you felt.
Like the energy was just so like, damn, I did it.
Yes.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I did it in that, and it was just such a beautiful, just literally when people ask me what are the top 3 experiences in your life, graduating from college is always number 1 on my list.
That's what's up.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
That's a big deal because again, man, for a black man to get to college is one thing, but to finish and get your degree,
to
man,
be on the other side of the statistic,
right?
You got to think about it. Like our statistics is prison,
right?
Baby mamas,
Right?
You know, regular drugs,
right?
That's our statistic.
Poverty, just at the end of the day,
you
poverty.
feel me? And for us to be on the other side, starting a new trend, like that's monumental. Like,
and I hope we can change that narrative, bro.
Facts.
And when I say that, because you know, those numbers speak for themselves. All 3 of us sitting here, we went there and did that.
Right.
Facts.
That's real.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
That's real.
Like all 3 of us went there and did that.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of black men out here doing, you know what I mean, and no shot to anybody, because everybody has to play the cards that they dealt, and we all have decisions, and you know, I pray the best over and for everybody. You know what I mean? But I want to see us sort of just shift the narrative, man.
No, that's real.
That's what it's about.
You know what I mean? Like,
that's what it's about.
Let's keep it a buck. The numbers are the numbers, but you know, we honor them, and you know, sometimes the struggle is a little different for everybody.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But at the same time, man, black men powerful, man.
No, that's real.
Come on, man.
We gotta embrace that power and understand where that power lies. And I feel like we tend to let our circumstances dictate our outcomes.
Yeah.
And we shouldn't.
Yeah.
You feel me? And I know every road is not easy, obviously.
Facts.
And again, like I had to grow. Because me, I was like school. Because that's how I always looked at it. Because I learned from being in school, everything from networking to meeting people, meeting y'all.
It's in school.
Came from school, right? Yeah. You feel me? So I'm going to push that narrative because that's the narrative that felt like that has gotten me to open up. But as I've grown, it's more or less finding you and finding your passion and just having something so you can just go build upon a career, a fight, whatever it is. Right. You got to go get that so we can continue to change the narrative. Man, you can go become, you ain't necessarily got to go to Fresno State and become the dopest electrician in the world.
Right.
You feel me? You know, and now with all the social media, blogging, and all that kind of stuff, like you don't have to necessarily go the exact school route.
Right.
Just we can change our narrative by being true to who we are and really finding something to make sure we're being a positive role model going forward as black men.
That's real.
That's 100%.
Absolutely.
So we graduate.
Yeah.
Now we go into the league. We get the opportunity to play at the highest level. Like some people get to college, right? College is even tough, but to get to that
one of 1,600.
What next level? How was that experience for you? Getting the opportunity to play in the National Football League?
The percent of the percent,
man. Nah, man, it was it was a dream come true, man. And that's so cliche,
right?
That's the facts.
It's so cliche, but it was one of those experiences. This may sound a little haughty, but it was like, bro, I knew I was going.
You're supposed to have that, though.
Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be.
The only way to get there is to have that kind of confidence.
Facts.
I knew I was going.
That's just how that works out. You have to have that kind of confidence.
And it wasn't the fact that I was this All-American, All-Pro. Man, I had one interception my whole college career.
I've been there.
One.
I was there.
Hands a brick. I'm just keeping it a buck. You know what I mean? Like I said, I was a thumper. I just like going to hit people.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why you scratching your head, man?
That's a damn shame.
Why you?
Damn. Probably didn't teach y'all how to catch.
Man,
God damn, all that great stuff.
I told you.
Hey, he was a specialist, man.
I told you, man. I just like hitting folks.
He was a thumper, man.
You can catch. I feel like that's
He was a Cam Chancellor, man. I'm coming out here to boom.
Man, 5'10".
I'm booming.
Come on, man.
I don't want to hear that.
You don't want to hear it?
He booming.
Catch a goddamn ball.
You right. Right. You right,
Mr. PBU.
Yeah. You drop. That's not you PBU. It's a drop pick. You ain't do nothing. You gave him another down. Sorry, man. You know what? I made my mark. Man. Just with my aggression, man. My resilience. You know what I mean? Just that's what I really hung my hat on. When people think of me as a football player, man, I really wanted people to say, man, this dude was fearless. Probably can't catch, but he was fearless.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like he was one that'll put his you know what I mean, put his helmet in the pile.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? With no thought about it. And so that's what I really hung my hat on and tried to form and shape that identity. And so getting to the league, man, I don't know if y'all got a chance to see that Mike Tomlin on
the pivot.
Yeah, on the pivot.
I watched that.
I'm skipping around a little bit.
Yeah, I watched that.
But dude, I bounced around a little bit. I had the opportunity to go play. I got picked up as a free agent to the Buffalo Bills, and yeah, man, the journey was different. The journey was different, man. A lot of people don't know the business aspect of the game, of the league.
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody ain't coming in there making M's. Everybody's not coming in there, you know what I mean, having the same leverage or leeway that other folks may have.
Facts.
So I was one of them guys like you. When I came on, it was like, look, bro, you got one little mishap, and then you might be out the door. And if you go back and listen to that Mike Tomlin interview, man, he talks about it. Sometimes the circumstances, it might not be you. It might be the circumstances around you. We might need a left tackle, and we got to get rid of a corner in order to bring the left tackle in. You know what I mean?
It ain't even got nothing to do with you being a bad person, doing anything wrong. It's just circumstances.
It's circumstances, man.
Yeah.
So I found myself, man. A lot of folks don't know. I found myself, man. Really, I bounced around the league a lot. Started in Buffalo, and that journey was that journey. Started in Buffalo. I went over to Indiana. Played with Andrew Luck. Played with Reggie Wayne. Played with Dwight Freeney. Went over and then got picked up with Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
And got picked up with Pittsburgh and played under Mike Tomlin.
What was that like? Because Mike Tomlin, real quick, watching that interview, I damn near became a Steeler fan.
Yeah,
well, I'm already still. I like him. I like his character.
Yeah,
I always like him. I like his character.
Listening to his interview, it's like I want to go either coach for him or go play for him so I can run through a wall, because that's just So what was it really like being there with Mike T? Because I know, because what he's saying is not fake. So
it's not fake.
It's real. You can tell.
It's not fake.
That's what I'm saying. You can legitimately
he's a real
tell.
dude though. He keeping a beam.
Yeah,
it's not fake. It's not fake, man. Mike T, when I first got to the Steelers, man, first of all, if you haven't checked it out, check it out.
Facts.
And really, the guy's a stand-up guy. Literally a stand-up guy. Everything he talks about on that podcast, he really walked it out. He really lived it. You know what I mean? And so coming into Pittsburgh, first of all, he was a black man.
Facts.
And so having the opportunity to play with a black head coach,
right?
That's different.
That was a blessing,
right?
And not just in the, you know what I mean, not just in the fact that of being a black head coach amongst the NFL, but it was a black head coach that I could relate to, that understood me, and he really made it a point to become vulnerable and intimate and create a relationship with me.
He said that.
He says that, and that's facts.
He says that.
It's facts. I remember my first day on the job, man. This dude gives me tickets to a Wiz Khalifa concert. Like my first day on the job. I come into Pittsburgh. I come in, it's a practice day. I come in, we chop it up afterwards. He's like, here, man, I got some Wiz Khalifa concert tickets. I'm not going, have a good time. I'm like, is this a setup? What is this? What is this?
What happens at Wiz Khalifa?
What is this?
Concerts?
This is a setup.
Yeah.
Man, what we doing here?
And so he ended up giving me the tickets, and I went. I had a good time, man. Came back, whatever the case may be. But that sort of welcoming. Troy Polamalu gave me a $100 gift card to this steak restaurant. Like, man, welcome to the team. Anything you need. Blah, blah. And so it was a culture that really was family oriented. A lot of people talk about it, but I think those guys that played on that team, they went through a lot. They journeyed together. They won a championship prior. Mike T was been, at the helms for a while now at that point. And man, he was really just he was a man's man. Not only a great coach, and I want to share this story. Not only a great coach, but a man's man. And this is why I say that. I'm gonna share this story. At that time, me and my dad and I were like sort of redeveloping our relationship.
Okay.
2021. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And my pops and I were just, starting to redevelop our relationship, and that was me ready to do that.
Right.
And so there was a point where I got to sit in Mike T's office and just really take off the veil and just have an honest dialogue with him.
Okay.
And he sat there and listened. And him as a black man, him as a father, you know what I mean? Him as the coach, as a mentor, but as a person who understood sort of the struggle. And he sat there and listened to me and allowed me to express, what was going on, how we're developing this. And he was really proud. And he said, you know what, man? And my dad was actually coming to Pittsburgh like a week or so after that. And I told him my dad was coming down to a game or whatever the case may be. And he was like, look, man, this is what I want to do for your dad, you and your dad. He's like, man, I'm going to treat y'all to this steakhouse, Capitol Grill. I want you and your dad to have a really good time. And everything is on me. Everything on me.
See, we don't realize.
You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? Like, to have somebody that not only look like you, but can relate to you, but to be there at one of your most difficult moments, right?
And vulnerable
moments.
Especially as black men.
You know what I mean?
Hate expressing vulnerability.
Exactly. So like you said right there, you had a powerful moment with another brother, right? And you didn't feel judged. You didn't feel like you was being He even said, look, I see what you're doing.
Right.
And by you making those strides to build that, because we know how important it is to have a father and son relationship, and just to have a father in the household in general. You know what I'm saying? To have him treat y'all to a dinner at a steakhouse. At a steakhouse. Not, hey man, I'm gonna take you over to Chili's. You know what I'm saying? At a steakhouse. Everything is on me.
Olive Garden,
And I'm not quote unquote the top corner. I'm on the team, I'm producing, but to do that for me, that hit different.
Right. And not even, like you said, not even me as a player, but me as, like you said,
the person.
Person.
Yeah.
I see what you're doing. I see what you and Pops is doing.
Right.
I'm here for that.
Facts.
Man, and I share that story because I think that is that is a great example or representation of who Mike T was and is at his core. Now, don't get me wrong, his ass cut me a few times. Yeah. You know what I mean? Business is still business. You know what I mean? Business is still business. Don't get it twisted. You know what but at the same time, he understood, business. He understood relationships. He understood his players.
That's
good.
That's
you had to do nothing but respect him and his character.
No, that's 1,000%. So now you're going through that process. Still trying to find a home. You own a home for a little bit, and then it's getting close to you realizing, like, man, football may be up. You know what I'm saying? What was that like for you as you were starting to make that life transition, right? Because
hold on, before we get there, you went to Canada too, right?
Yeah, I played out in Canada.
So what can you kind of compare the difference of Canada and the NFL before we make the full transition to your life transition?
Yeah, no, that's a man, Canada was I almost messed around and lived up there, bruh.
Drizzy.
I was out in Toronto.
Out there from the 6.
Yeah, I was out there. I was out there, you know what I mean? I was out there with the views. You feel me? Like, stop playing. I was really out there.
The Argonauts, right?
Yeah. I was really out there.
I believe you.
I was really out there, bruh.
It was on his Toronto Argonauts.
25, 26 years old, had a little money in your pocket. You know what I mean? Like, I was really out there.
No, that's what's up.
I was really out there. So the city, man, the city, beautiful. Everything about just the city of Toronto in general is just amazing, man. Just really amazing. The people are very connected to the ethnicity, the roots, their heritage. Dope. You know what I mean? First, second generation folks out there.
Nice.
We find out Canada got his own, shit it has to deal with. Excuse my language too, but it was really such and a joyful moment, like a joyful moment in my experience, and so the difference to your question, man, the resources, Canada, the CFL didn't have a lot of resources.
Yeah, I can see that.
So we like our practice facility, dog. We met in our locker room. It was a trailer, bro.
What?
Yeah, like a trailer.
Locker room was a trailer.
Locker room.
Kind of like it's not like my high school
training room. Your high school is probably better. Locker room, training room, meeting rooms in a trailer. Wow. No cap. In the trailer.
And it's cold as hell in Toronto.
It is cold. That's beautiful, but it's cold. No, for real.
No, that's crazy.
For real. A trailer. And then we go out and practice, come back, you know what I mean, and do it all over again. And so the difference really for me was the resources. I ended up going up there. I tore both my knees up when I was up there, and I had to get rehab back here at the house just because. I mean, you think about it. The NFL is a $1 billion organization.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Canada is a beautiful experience. The CFL is a beautiful experience. It's a great pipeline to be able to continue your career, and you can extend your career in Canada. I mean, the league in general was amazing to play for, but the resources were just scarce. And I think that was for me the biggest difference is they didn't take care of you like the league did.
Makes sense. Because they lack the resources.
They lack the resources. They lack the funds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They probably wanted to, but they
just couldn't.
You know,
like your mom want to get you that meal, but like, hey, we gotta get that Happy Meal today. Yeah. I know you want that quarter pounder with the extra large. Today we're gonna get that Happy Meal today.
Yeah. And you better be satisfied with
it.
And you better be satisfied with it. I'm like, nah. Nah. I'm not satisfied. No.
Appreciative, guys.
No, I'm not satisfied. I'm going into my 5th year. Y'all don't give me no damn Happy Meal. I want the whole thing.
I feel it.
So yeah, man, that was the biggest difference. Just you saw the lack of resources that the CFL really had to contribute to its players. But all in all, the experience was amazing. If you never got the opportunity to travel to the city of Toronto, man,
it's on my list of places.
Put it on
there,
man.
I gotta
go.
Put
it on there.
Trying to get to the 6, man.
It'll be dope. It'll be dope.
Facts.
So now we played in NFL.
Yeah.
We played in Canada.
Yeah.
Realized our dreams.
Realized that you got to play at the highest level.
Yeah.
And now that moment of realization of like, all right, I'm about to transition into the real world because we don't realize like football. It's like it's like like football. They're serious. I ain't gonna hold you.
I'm trying to get y'all up there.
It's like a new enslavement. It's like prison mindset. You know what I mean?
Speak more to that. What do you mean by that?
What I mean by that, if you do it all your life,
and
you're not doing no more, and now you got to be a regular. A regular civilian. Resident civilian. That's a big adjustment for some of us because it's like,
for sure,
all I know is football.
That's it.
That's all I know. That's all I've been doing, and now I'm not doing that no more.
From the sandbox,
right?
How do I function? Like this job, I was making bread, and now I'm barely. I'm probably making 50, 60,000. I'm over here making probably a little bit more than that, but I'm doing what I love, and now I'm in this position now. Where I got to get up, I go to work, I don't get to play ball no more. I see my people probably still playing. That love is still in me.
Man.
How was that?
And how you ended up back in Fresno with that? You was traveling. You was here. You was there. I feel like you had your options to go a whole bunch of places.
Facts.
But my man ended up
back here.
Y'all sound so disappointed.
No,
it's not.
I'm from LA and I haven't went back since I came.
Y'all still here?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's what he said.
That's what we wonder. Like, what made you?
We're talking about, but you left. You left
a few times.
Yeah, right.
More than a few times.
And came back.
Came back.
Yeah. So my mom and my brother actually moved up here.
Oh.
That's
that makes sense.
So about 2010, we all got different stories. But 2010, my mom actually moved up. Well, my brother actually moved up here, and so they're still here today. Mom's is working for the city of Fresno currently.
That's dope. Shout out to mom.
Shout out to mom.
Yeah.
Shout out to mom's. Mom's doing it, and so she came out, and my brother came out. And so my family's actually here.
Now that
that makes sense.
That's how we end up back here.
Yeah, so that's how I ended up back here. This was like home base, when I was traveling and moving around. This was my getaway from off seasons and et cetera. Fresno's a getaway. Can you believe that?
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
I ain't left, so I ain't got too much negativity to say.
So
it's nice.
Yeah,
it's not bad.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not. It can be better. It could be better.
But what can make it better?
I feel like it's a lot of untapped resources out here. It's a lot of untapped things. For 25 and up club, like 25, 35, there's an untapped market for that population.
Okay.
For like the 24s to 18, you good.
Yeah.
And then the 35s and up, you straight. Because most of the time you got family, you traveling.
Right.
But that 25 to 35 is an empty place.
It is.
That's facts.
You know what I mean? You're trying to figure out, what do I do? Like, all right, cool, I could do this. But it gets boring after the time because it's the same thing.
Right.
But if you go to a bigger city, you got multiple other things you can do.
Absolutely.
But I think it taps into the fact of like, who are you in your foundational core? Because Fresno allows, it's like a very slow paced city. But if that's what you into and that's who you are, because you're not like, you like the scene, but you really don't like the scene. Fresno's a solid little spot to be in, because it has enough, but it won't take you,
Yeah.
there.
If that's what you like.
Yeah.
Yeah, if that's what you like. If you like burning up.
That's because that's the summer.
What is it today? 107?
It's supposed to be like 106 today.
Hot. That's what it is.
But that's just the summertime.
It's hot.
Super hot, man.
But the springs is lovely, and so is the
Springs
fall.
are nice. The springs are nice.
And the fall is cool
The
too.
springs are nice. I give you that.
Winter is hell. Summer is hell.
Summer is hell.
Summers. Oh my goodness, summer's
hell.
bad.
It's like I woke up this morning. It was raining the other day. Woke up this morning. It was like
we was in Miami again.
90 degrees.
Dead serious.
Hey, listen.
Ridiculous.
I'm trying to get back to Miami.
Say that. Say that.
I'm about to. But anyway, so your transition. Before we get off on a whole different tangent.
The transition, man. A lot of the transition. I can only speak for myself, but I've spoke to a lot of other cats that played in the league and of course had to go through similar what the NFL stands for, not for long.
Yes.
So everybody has
I like that.
It is.
Everybody has to transition at some point. And whether it's from transitioning from a sport to being a civilian, you know what I mean, whether it's a work transition, a relationship transition is challenging.
Facts.
Let's just keep it. That's a be honest.
I like that.
Transition is challenging. So learning how to manage transition is, change management is a thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so for me, coming out of the league, I got done in about 2017. It was hard, man. It was really, 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 really hard. It was really hard.
What made it hard though? Pause. That just sounded bad. I had to think about that. What made it challenging? There it is.
He tried to switch seats. It's good though. I love you, bro.
You already know, man.
Don't matter.
It's so crazy though. That's funny. That
don't matter. I love you, bro.
We 37 years old
bro.
and we still doing the pause thing.
Don't worry. It don't even matter. Whatever you like, man. I love you, brother.
Oh my God.
But what made it challenging? What made it challenging as it was. That is funny. That is funny.
Yeah, that was funny. I ain't gonna hold you. I always got to catch myself down. We in that generation that you couldn't say. Back in the day, you can say that and you can
I really don't think you could then, but now it's real.
Back in the day, man, when you be like, man, what's hard for you? And they'd be like,
oh yeah, Now you can't. There's nothing.
You can't do that no more.
But I feel like now you have to be more socially sensitive too, though. You know what I mean? Now, we joke around. You know what I mean? We joke around, but like I said, if that's what you do, I love you either way. I'm just saying. I know you don't, but But you're right. I didn't even catch it when you said it. It went over my head. I'm not here.
I had to think about it.
Hold on. Somebody caught it. Somebody go, hold on.
I caught it. I just wasn't
letting you see.
Catch yourself.
Man. So back to transition. That was a good laugh. Back to the transition, man. The transition was hard.
Difficult. The transition was difficult.
Man, say what you want to say, bro. We grown ass men up here.
The transition was difficult. I tell people all the time, man. That coming out of the league was and having to step into this real world, and there was no plan.
Right.
There was no plan for this.
That's real.
There was no plan for this. There was not like, hey, I'm gonna come out and there's something lined up for me, or I'm 2 years, 3 years, 5. I was 5 years in at the time, and I'm starting to work on my transition plan. You know what I mean? There was none of that. Mm. You know what I mean? Like it was done. It was done.
Those are always the most challenging one when it just. It's abrupt.
Yeah. It was done, bruh. And it literally took me like a year and some change to say it's done.
No, that's real.
I couldn't even verbalize it, bro.
I respect that.
Like I
respect that.
It was so hard because again.
See, look at how this started. Look at how I started.
It was so challenging. You just plant them seeds in people's consciousnesses. Now it's like, damn.
You see what
this is great.
You see this? Oh, man, this is crazy. This is great.
So it was so challenging again because there was no transitional plan.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So again, it was like you said, it was just really abrupt. And when I came out, I ended up coming back here. I ended up buying a house. Mm-hmm. I was trying to get back into the league. I had a contract to Canada. I ended up turning it down because I was trying to get back to the league, and I learned a lot from that experience. But I went all in.
Yeah.
And so, man, life just started happening, and so I let life just sort of take me on its journey.
Right. Right.
You know what I mean?
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
And dude, I say this all the time. That was the darkest part of my life.
That transition. So 2017, 2018 was that. That's what you said, right?
2017. I'm literally now. Like I'm now at the point to where I can feel myself becoming more confident in who I am.
That's real.
Starting to realize my identity outside of sport.
That's real.
Right? Like I'm 5 years removed. I'm 5 years removed, and I'm just now starting to find myself. I'm just now starting to find, okay, this is who I am. Re-identify and reconstruct, who I am outside of sport. People say it all the time. We're more than an athlete. Right. People say it all the time. Sport wasn't what we, wasn't who we are, is what we did, but we identified so much with it.
Yeah,
because it was our everything.
It was.
That's
our everything.
That's why I'm saying that prison mindset. Because like if you in jail all your life,
that's all you know,
and that's all you know is survival.
Yeah.
When you get out of jail and you try to live like a regular civilian, it's hard.
It's tough.
Yeah, it's tough because you're like, bro, all I know is survival mode.
Yeah.
Anytime I feel like my buttons, all I know how to react to it is by survival.
Because basically, the flip side is like as an athlete, you just know you got this amount of time to chill, but then I got to get the training. I got to get the body right. I got to eat right. I got to do this.
It does create structure.
It does.
And you become programmed.
For real.
You become programmed. You damn near become robotic to certain things. And so, and the crazy thing is I met Zay probably sophomore year, through passing, and then we had the Long Beach connection, and then every time I met him after that has always been love, positivity.
Facts.
Same. And so for you to say that was a dark moment,
that's real.
It's crazy because when you be around him, his energy has always been
Positive
so pure
and
and positive.
You wouldn't know.
You wouldn't have no idea what my man's was going through.
Facts.
Because it's always love when he's around, and it's always been like that. Like him, the human, Isaiah Green, the man, has always been the same stand-up guy. Shout out to his IG.
Yeah.
The same thing. You feel me? Since day one, and so for
That's
you
1,000.
to say that was a dark moment for you, it's crazy because. You know, I still seen you been around you in 2017,
right?
2018,
right?
And it was good.
And I, you know, first of all, I appreciate and I receive all the words.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that those affirmations, I receive that, and I appreciate that, man. I really do. And so one of the most difficult things, you know, during that time was. That's how everybody views me. And so when I'm going through this time, nobody can see it. Nah. And it's not because I was trying to hide it, but it was just nobody could see it. And it was like, man, I'm in this isolation tank to where I'm dying. I am being tormented inside because internally I'm hurting. Like there were literally times, bruh, like, you know, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like I'm gonna keep it a stack. Like there were times, bro, where I realized it was like I can see how people, and shout out to everybody who has lost a life to suicide or lost someone to suicide. Yeah. I got to a point to where I was like, this is too easy for people. I can see how people can get to this point.
Right.
I remember being in my room and I got a 12 gauge. So mess with me if you want to. But I got it. But no, for real, I remember sitting in my room and I had my gun in my hand. And by the grace of God, I never fathomed pulling the trigger.
Yeah.
But the
fact that I'm in this deep, dark place, sitting in my room, tears going down my eyes, just confused, not like just everything. It's like I remember thinking, I can see how people can get to this point.
That's serious.
No, I'm dead. I'm dead serious.
That is serious.
That's powerful.
And the crazy thing, and I thank the God of heaven for the faith and the belief that He's instilled, because that's literally what I had to. By the thread, by a literal thread. That's what you had left. That's all I had.
That's all you had left.
That is all I had. In the midst of it all, it was like, even that was fleeting. It was like, you know, I'm having to live in this real world. And you know, I'll say this because I believe relationships, and not just romantic, you know, relationships with the opposite sex, but relationships in general, where we can really sit down and have real talk and unveil ourselves and be vulnerable.
Right.
You know what I mean? I entered into a relationship, you know, with the opposite sex at the time, and she was the only person that I feel like saw what I was going through. Ooh. And so and we talk about it all the time, and our season had came to an end, but we talk about it all the time. It was like in that dark place, it was like this person came and sat next to me. Yeah. Didn't try to like pull me out of it. Didn't try to like, hey, you okay? It was like, hey, you know, let's just chill here for a minute.
Yeah
man.
And that would had the ability to process and grow out of that space. But I tell people all the time, man, it was it's hard, bro. No. It was so hard, and I say all that to say, man, that transition, it was a beast.
No, I can only imagine.
It was a beast.
The crazy part about that
is
that first and foremost, I respect you being vulnerable on the show
and
being honest.
That's real.
The second part is that God sends somebody for you at that right time for that season that you needed to see you, for you, right? It's the crazy part that you said that stands up. It's like everybody sees you, but they don't see you.
See me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I do.
You get what I'm saying? And so for God to say, don't do that.
Nah.
I know it's easy.
Yeah.
I know your mental is like, they don't see me, God, but I see you. And for that, for me seeing you, I'm going to send somebody for you to help you for this season.
Man.
Maybe y'all not going to be together forever, but she's going to serve her place in your life to help you get back to where you supposed to be.
Bro.
Yeah, we needed that. You need that because
well said.
Yeah, man.
The line that has never left my mind was Laura London when she spoke at Nip funeral, and she said, "You don't own anybody,
right?
You feel me? Everybody, and everything is an experience, and you needed that experience,
right,
just to help you get through your experiences and what you were dealing with at that time.
Facts.
And so that's big. That's
Yeah, it was huge, man, and that's the time we did the charity basketball game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, that was big. As I said, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we were doing a lot.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But again, a lot of people didn't understand, and it's cool. Like I said, it was one of those things to where, that was just part of the journey.
Yeah,
it was part of the journey. But I also, I throw it out there is you never know what somebody going through.
Facts.
You don't.
You never know what somebody's going through, and especially, I got a heart for our student athletes. And you talked about like that sort of that conditioned mindset when you're doing something for so long.
Facts.
You know what I mean? And things sort of come to an abrupt stop, and it's like, okay, well, what's next type of situation. Man, there definitely has to be some things moving forward that support our student athletes with transition.
Yeah.
And not only just transition, but supporting them in a space to where football is, or just sport in general, is just a piece to the pie.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Definitely has some transferable skills,
yep.
Et cetera, et cetera. But there's a moment to where we all have to come to the realization and the reality, that things are transitory. Things don't last forever.
Facts.
Yeah.
And there has to be people, there has to be, brothers, sisters, loved ones, whatever the case may be, friends.
Yeah.
To sit with you in those moments and say, man, I'm gonna meet you where you are.
Yeah.
Facts.
I like that key part. I'm gonna meet you where you are, not where I want you to be.
Because we have a tendency of doing that.
Yeah.
That's what we do as people.
That's
man,
right.
Man, say, nah, man, I'm gonna get you out of this.
Nah.
I can't get you out of this. You got to get you out of this, and I'm supposed to be here to help you through that.
Yeah.
And really just be a friend, really
right.
be a sounding board,
right?
Really be somebody that can offer here and there, but ultimately you have to get, because when you get through it, that other side is so much more better.
It is,
for sure.
And right now, what you got going on your other side? Because you're doing so many powerful, impactful things for the community.
Tell a community what you're doing, dog.
Yeah.
Talk about that,
man. I appreciate that, man. I try to have my hand in a lot of different things.
Okay.
I've had the honor and the privilege to sit on a lot of different boards within our community to support sort of the direction and vision of a lot of our nonprofit organizations here in town. And so, shameless plug, shout out to, Fresno EOC,
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to United Way, Valley Team Ranch, Golden Charter Academy, you know what I mean? Been chopping it up with my boy Gold to, support his vision and so on and so forth. And so, man, really what I'm doing in this season of my life is really sort of, it's crazy because some things you have to say no to.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? To really find your yes.
Yeah.
A lot of times people, and it's good, it's an honor and a privilege to be asked to do so much, because that means people see value in you. And sometimes you got to say no so you can see clearly, okay, this is what I'm supposed to be doing, or this is what I desire to do. This is where, I've been called to sort of serve, et cetera. So right now, man, I'm a community impact manager for Fresno Economic Opportunities Commission. Man, we're a huge nonprofit here in the city of Fresno, birthed out of the Lyndon B. Johnson era, 65, and the fight on poverty, the war on poverty. And we got about 40 different programs that support low income families. And so our mission is to fight to end poverty. And so we're in the process really of creating our strategic plan for the next 3 to 5 years. And so my job really is to support all 40 programs, that strategic plan, to figure out, what are some of the needs in our community.
Right.
you know, and a lot of times we try to hold power over our community, right? Like manage poverty, right? Like, oh, if you need something, come to me. You know what I mean?
I got it.
I got it. You know what I mean?
You got the jacket on.
You know what I mean? All the sauce. You know what I mean? I got 40 different things. What you need?
What you need?
You know, and so what we're trying to do at Fresno EOC is really try to shift our directives to figure out, okay, if I got 40 different things here, you know, you got to tell me what 40 different things that I need in order to support you moving in the direction that you see yourself going. Right. So, you know, so really co-creating and co-collaborating with community, you know, so that way we can support one another in really fighting to end poverty and support people sort of, you know, getting out of the spaces, a communal and individually, collectively, to where they desire to see themselves. You know what I mean? And so it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, but it's the work that I enjoy doing because, you know, it's building relationships.
No, that's what's up.
That's what he do best. I know that's one of the things.
you,
He can't do nothing else.
He can
My
build.
man Zay can build relationships. Man.
Thank you.
One thing-
I hope I can do something else. Like I can do something else. Thank you. If I can't do nothing else,
Oh my God.
I'm gonna build the relationship. Thank
I'm
you.
not-
That wasn't a shot. I know. I just like talking stuff.
No.
I like
but-
talking stuff.
That's the light
but I
skin in
appreciate
here.
it. It
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
It was a drink in me. It was a drink in me. Six guy. It was a drink in me. No, but I really appreciate that, bro.
Yeah, man.
I really appreciate that because one of the things that I've had to re-identify coming out of the league is like, okay, what are some of my strengths?
Yes.
Right.
And
That's one of the first
that has been
things.
that's
That's
been
one of
my
the first
lead
things.
strengths.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Building relationships.
Yeah,
That is.
Absolutely.
You got to embrace that.
Absolutely.
Man, you can't shy away from
I appreciate
that because I feel like life is about that. You can't. The people that really go far in life is because they are good at building relationships with people, random people.
Right.
You know, because being likable is a thing. Like, you know,
Right.
trying to be the villain ain't always the thing. Being likable is the thing.
Yeah.
And you know, and so for you to possess that naturally, because it's not forced. That's who
Yeah.
you are naturally.
Yeah.
That to add to that, the likability is like being authentic.
Yeah.
Right.
And when you see Zay, it's authentic
All
and
the
it's
time.
and it's always
Man.
pure. It ain't no sugarcoat.
Nah.
It's genuine and it's real. Cause you could be likable and be fake.
Right.
Hell yeah.
They could be like, oh yeah, but in your mind, I don't give a damn about. No, with Zay, it's all love and it's always real, and you feel it because it's pure. It's real talk, and that's why I admire him because he always got that energy about him. That's like, hey man, that's somebody I would love to have in my life. That's somebody I love to be around because you know it's coming from a good place. It's coming from great soil. Because some people, they can fake it, man. They'll come in.
And they good at it.
Yeah, man, I got your back. But when you leave, I ain't doing nothing for that
Come on,
2
man.
days. Sucker, you know what I
Talk
mean?
about
Yeah,
it.
let's be 100. You know what I mean?
Talk about
But
it.
there's not a lot of real ones,
Yeah.
and he one of those.
Yes.
He is one of those.
I receive
Yeah,
that.
for sure.
I really
Come on,
do.
man.
I
For
really
For sure,
do.
man.
I
That's
really
why,
do.
that's why I
We
said
gotta-
I really
I
do.
Go get
preface
your
it-
flowers here.
I
really do.
preface
Go
it and
get your
said,
flowers here.
I really
our
do.
brother
I receive
Yeah.
that.
is here.
I receive
man.
that.
You go
First.
get your flowers here.
I receive that.
You know what I mean?
I
But
receive that.
before we get up out of here, because we can talk for hours and hours and hours.
He see the license switched.
What?
Oh, he wasn't even see it. Yeah.
I wasn't ready for that.
Yeah, yeah.
We had to get you on a hot seat.
Ooh.
That talk.
The hot seat.
Talk that talk, hot seat.
Get him. Yeah. You may want to put the shades on.
Yeah,
for
you
this.
may gotta put the shades on, man. So
Talk
we
to
got
me.
some questions for you.
Yeah.
Talk to me.
These is,
You ain't gonna know the questions. You just gotta answer yes or
this
no.
is rapid fire.
Yes or no?
Rapid fire.
This is
Yes or no?
Yes
Who
or
you
no
pick?
or
Yeah,
choice. Or whatever,
Who
however
you
this is.
picking?
Yeah.
Who you
I like
picking?
this.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes
You
or
ready
no?
for this?
How much time do I got? If it's
Ain't
rapid
no,
fire,
you-
though.
ain't no time, man. But
just
you gotta
answer
be
All right.
quick.
All right. All right.
Answer
all
the
right.
goddamn question.
Just okay.
Push the
my
goddamn
fault. My
button.
fault.
Yeah.
God damn it. Come on.
You ready? First question.
First question.
Who you picking
On
your team as a corner or safety? Ronnie Lott or Sean Taylor?
ST.
Okay.
Okay. I like. Oh, he said that pretty fast.
Yeah, he was.
That-
Rapid fire. Let's go.
Okay,
I'm not even gonna think about it. Let's go.
Who you got in your playlist? Lauryn Hill or Beyonce?
Ooh, Lauryn Hill.
Ooh.
Oh damn.
He
Come on.
He's ready.
He ready. He ready.
All right. He from LA.
Yeah, he from LA.
He from LA.
I know. I kind of feel where you.
Are you from LA? Are you from LA?
Come on, man. Y'all better stop playing with me.
All right, here we go. Roscoe's. You ready for the next one?
What's the next one?
Eminem.
Are we talking about the old Roscoe's? Because Roscoe's now it's not hitting like it.
You ain't got that time to do that.
You ain't
It's Eminem's
or Roscoe.
I like soul food, but I mean, Roscoe's is a staple. But the new Roscoe's ain't like that.
You can't. Hey,
And I ain't been to M&M's in so long. You know what I mean? Damn, that's foul.
He had to hit him.
That's foul.
He had to hit him.
That's foul.
Yeah, he did.
They just opened a new Roscoe's on Washington. I ain't been there yet, so I'm gonna just go there to that specific one.
So who you picking though?
Roscoe's.
There we go.
And that's like a toss up. That's like a
we know.
That's the beauty of it.
The beauty of the hot seat.
That's the beauty of it.
All right.
Kendrick Lamar or Tupac.
Pac.
Okay.
Pac.
Okay. We just want to make sure.
I'm just making sure y'all making sure I'm sure what I'm doing. Pac. Pac.
I'm make it easy for you. Last one. You ready for this?
Come on.
Fresno State or Pittsburgh Steelers?
Ooh. Pittsburgh, man.
Said his alum or who paid him. Yeah, that's basically what he said. His alum or who paid you.
That's what I'm like. You know, Fresno State gave me the op to get paid. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know, but I got paid. You feel me?
I will go ahead.
You know, appreciate that. Appreciate that. I'm gonna take both. Shout out to Fresno State. Why you do me like that, man? Why you do me like that, man?
I think for a reason, bro.
Shout out to Fresno State.
Oh man, but it's been a pleasure,
Pittsburgh.
man. Pleasure having you on, man. We definitely gonna get you back.
Likewise.
Because we want to get you. We didn't talk too much about the sports today, but we're gonna get you on to talk more about sports. Because I know you're an LA fan,
Laker fan.
Easy.
Who's your football team?
You know what? I'm biased just because I played for Pittsburgh.
Okay.
But you know, I don't hang my hat on nobody, honestly.
Oh, okay.
Keep it a buck with you.
I
You know what I mean? I don't hang my hat on.
So we're gonna get in here and get you on when we're talking about some sports and things like that. But tell the people how they can tap in and connect with you, bro.
Yeah, man. Shoot, my number is area code. No, just like
I see what he was doing.
My number is area code 323.
Ladies. He see how he did that.
If you can read lips, go ahead. It's right there for you. But for real, tap in with your boy, man. I'm on IG, stand up guy _IG. I'm on Twitter. You can follow me on Twitter, Isaiah Green. Yeah, that's really two of the platforms I use right there.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
1,000.
And I just want to say to you, brothers, man, I appreciate you too.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I appreciate y'all having me on your show, man.
Sure,
this is beautiful. It's brilliant. And really, man, I appreciate all the words that you all poured into me today.
Yeah.
Honestly, man, you know, because my motto, you know, what I live by is love God, love people. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of love in this room today.
Yeah.
And I just want to say that you brothers are loved.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
You know what I mean?
Appreciate you.
I love you, brothers.
Love you too, bro.
We love you too, man.
You know what I mean?
You gotta be able to say it because I think it's a big misconception, especially with men.
Yeah,
being able to tell your fellow man, that you love him, and be comfortable in that space.
That's
what say it,
bro. That's a whole nother topic.
That's a whole cup.
You know what I mean? But that's but I appreciate that.
And also, brothers, tell y'all women, y'all got ladies in your life. You know what I mean? Tell them you love them.
Hey, tell your number is
significant. Significant.
Yeah, he married.
But I say that to say, you know what I mean. Our women are going through a challenging time,
right? Especially,
you know what I mean, right now, and so we want So we, you know what I mean. We want to continue to pour out to our ladies as well.
Yes.
But anyway, I appreciate you two brothers, man, and I just want to just extend my gratitude and just say thank you, man, for real.
Yeah, man.
We appreciate you,
my guy. Man. But anyway, y'all, we about to get up out of here, man. We want y'all to stay blessed, stay prayed up, take care of yourselves, man. Yes, sir. You just tuned in, talk that talk up close with my man Zay, our AKA brother. We love this dude. We're gonna have him back on the show.
You gotta get back on here. So
Please do.
Yeah, man, because he dropped a lot of gems.
He did,
and I don't think y'all registered. So y'all gonna have to watch this about 3 or 4 times because he dropped about 3,000 gems. Like times that. But we love y'all. Always remember
to do what?
Talk that talk. We out of here, man.
Peace. Oh, my team about to kill me.